This is Words to Know, Lesson 28. We are going to discuss your new vocabulary words. We're going to look at the words, read them in a sentence, figure out what it means, how to use it, and then you're going to have a time to talk it over with your learning adult. So we do this because you will see these words in your story. We want to make sure that you understand the words you're reading so that you can apply that to the context of the text. Okay? So as always, I'm going to ask you to read the blue word and the sentence, and then I'll tell you what it means. After the how do I use it question, you're going to pause and have a brief discussion with your learning adult, and you're going to do the same thing after the talk it over. Read with me. Second. The boy is trying to tie his second sneaker. A second person or thing comes after the first. This is the second book I have read this week. Would you like to win second place in a race? Why or why not? Answer this question aloud with your learning adult. See whether your answers are the same. Why would someone want to see a movie for a second time? Ball. She practiced until she could hit the ball well. A ball is something that is round and can roll. Let's throw this ball in the park. What is your favorite game to play with a ball? What games do you need a ball to play? Look at the list below and decide with your learning adult which ones need a ball. Across. The runners dashed across the finish line. To go across means to go to the other side. The post office is across from the bank. What is across the street from your school? Decide where the word across makes sense in the sentences below. Head. He hit the ball with his head to make a goal. The head is the part of the body that has eyes, a mouth, a nose, and ears. I patted the dog on top of his head. When is it important to wear a helmet on your head? What can you place on your head? Look at the chart below and decide whether each thing can be placed on your head, and see if your learning adult agrees with you. Heard. The children heard clapping at the end. Someone who heard took in sounds with their ears. I heard that you were not feeling well. What is something that you've heard that made you happy? Answer the questions in the chart below and talk about your answers with your learning adult. Are your answers the same as theirs? Large. It was not too hard to ride up the large hill. Large means big. This is a large box. What would you plant in a large garden? Answer this question aloud with your learning adult and see whether your answers are the same and tell why you said what you did. Here's your question. Which do you like better, large dogs or small ones, and why? Cried. We can do it! Cried the team. Someone who cried yelled or spoke loudly. That's not fair, Jonas cried. What if you cried out when you were feeling happy? With your learning adult, decide if cried is used correctly in the sentences below and explain why you think they are or are not. Should. The teacher said that she should try again. Should is a word that you use to tell the right thing to do. I should water my plants. What should you do every day if you have a pet? What should people do to stay healthy? Do you agree with the list below? Why or why not? Turn to page 183 in your reader's notebook. Here you're going to continue to work with your new words to know vocabulary words. You're going to circle the correct word for each sentence. Let's look at number 1. The cat plays with a ball or a head of yarn. Which one is correct? Right. a ball of yarn. So you would circle that and read the whole sentence and make sure that your word that you chose makes sense. Do that for 2 through 8 and make sure to have your learning adult check your work.